Hello, my name is Snehal Parikh, and I'm part of the Autonomous Database at XSCC product management team. Today, I want to talk to you about the Autonomous Data Warehouse, a modern approach to data warehousing. When we look at some of the challenges that your organizations face, we understand that data drives the business. Whether your organization is looking for growth, more security, to run a more optimized system, better decision-making through analytics, or overall digital transformation, we understand that data drives every initiative that you have. But when we look at what data is available to you, historically, data warehouse technologies have focused only on what we call structured data sourced from your existing applications or your existing repositories. But in order to make better decisions and make them faster, your organizations need to use and leverage all types of data, even that which is semi-structured or fully unstructured. And the further you get away from your technologies and your known repositories, the more unstructured that data becomes. And you as a customer need more. You need a data warehousing solution to allow you to leverage all types of data. But what are the challenges in leveraging all these types of data? First of all, it's difficult to find and use that data when it's in silos or in different repositories. There's poor data lineage. You don't know the history of that data. You don't know how it's structured. So accessing and using that data becomes more and more difficult. In order to leverage any data source, you have to transform that data using the proper tools and techniques so that you can actually gain insight from it. And the more unstructured that data is, the more difficult it is to transform and choose the right tools and techniques. And lastly, inconsistent semantics. Again, the more unstructured that data is, the more inconsistent it is, and it's more difficult for your systems and your tools to be able to capture that data, transform that data, and ultimately analyze that data for better business results. So the end result is all data systems and the tools used to analyze them need to be modernized. So with that, we introduce the Oracle Autonomous Data Warehouse. It's a new era of cloud database where everything is automated. First, it's enterprise class because your data is your most important asset. So we want to make sure that the data that's included in the Autonomous Data Warehouse is always secure, it's always available, it's always self-scaling to meet all of your demands, and it's the highest performant and self-tuning database in the marketplace. The second piece of it is self-driving. It's a native cloud database. So what does that mean? It gives you cloud elasticity, it lowers your overall cost, and it lowers your overall management overhead as well. And lastly, it's the most productive data warehouse in the marketplace. It's a converged database, so that means whatever the data source is or whatever tools and use case that you have, it's supported through the Autonomous Data Warehouse. Furthermore, there are self-service tools for business analysts, developers, and ultimately the end users that need to make decisions with the data that's being captured. So let's look at the different personas within your organization. First and foremost, you have the line of business or the CXO. And their primary objective is faster time to insight. They know that there are a number of different data sources and market forces that are affecting their businesses every day, every minute. So they need to be able to respond to those market forces, make better decisions, grow the business, reduce costs, and all of the initiatives that we talked about earlier. Supporting that line of business are a group of data scientists and data engineers. They are responding to the line of business needs for faster insights. They need to be able to manage all of these disparate data sources, and they need to use tools that are not only easily accessible, easily integratable, but also quick to use as well, lower learning curves. So typically they tend to go towards more cloud native tools that are more easier to purchase and easier to use. And at the same time, you also have the IT operations team, the infrastructure admins, or the DBAs. Their objective is to make sure that the infrastructure that's used to support the data scientists and development teams who then support the line of business are always available and always responsive. They need to provide the most cost-effective database environment to support these strategic initiatives. They need to reduce their management complexity. Ultimately, we've heard over and over again that the operations teams and the DBAs have a big challenge in terms of the complexity to manage, the complexity to keep up to date, and the complexity to deploy these data systems. So when we look at the typical process that an organization goes through, from data through insight, again, we talked a little bit about the loading of the data from disparate data sources and disparate structures, transforming that data to a common language for proper analysis. Again, ensuring the data has constant semantics for queries, because if the more unstructured that data is, the more difficult it is to get consistent results when you do the analysis. You need to catalog that data because, again, with the volume of data that we're talking about, you need to have a robust catalog to be able to locate it, quickly access it, and then quickly analyze it as well, with the primary objective being delivering meaningful insight and actionable data for all aspects of the business. So how does Autonomous Database address these concerns for all of those three constituents that I talked about? First, for the developers and data scientists, we have new capabilities in terms of simple dragging and dropping and loading of disparate data sources. Imagine the flexibility and the productivity for your data scientists to be able to leverage a simple drag and drop loading capability. We have new transformation technologies for data cleansing and data transformation. We have new insights, guided discovery of hidden patterns and anomalies, again, all towards driving to better insights faster. And ultimately, we have new business models that are built into the Autonomous Data Warehouse, automatically creating more business models and allowing everyone, in essence, to become a data scientist. So these are very easy to use tools that are pre-built and come with the Autonomous Data Warehouse, and with the objective of, as I said, making everyone a data scientist. When we look at the line of business or the CXOs, we also have a number of capabilities to address their primary concerns. First and foremost, an open choice of data integration and business integration tools, whether it be Oracle Analytics, Oracle Analytics Cloud, or Data Integrator, or a third-party set of tools, whether it be Tableau, Microsoft, or any of the others that our customers choose to use. We integrate our Autonomous Data Warehouse with a rich set of data integration and BI tools. We recognize that we work in a heterogeneous environment. So we have interoperability with other clouds. We have the ability to load into our Autonomous Data Warehouse from a number of different sources and repositories, whether they be from AWS, Azure, Google, and others. And you've heard in other sessions about our cross-cloud interconnect between Oracle and Microsoft Azure regions. Again, all towards simplifying the integration, in this case specifically with Azure-based systems. And lastly, we have a new set of built-in connectors for easy data extraction from all of your enterprise applications. We recognize that the structured data that you have is the primary source of much of your information. And so we have these pre-built connectors so you can leverage whether they be Oracle applications, third-party applications, and in some cases, homegrown applications as well. And lastly, we talk about automation for the IT operations team and the DBAs. It's really a fully automated database management system. So it reduces the management costs associated with Oracle database, whether it be auto provisioning, auto configuration to optimize for any workload, auto scaling to make sure that you always have the capacity that's needed with compute resources and storage without downtime. And again, your data is your most important asset within your organization. So we have automated security. whether it be automatic encryption, backups, or patching to ensure that your systems are always at the latest security levels. So what does that mean? So again, as I said, autonomous data warehouse is a new approach to data warehouse. First of all, it addresses all of the key requirements from all of the personas that are involved in the data to analytics cycle, whether it be the CXO of a line of business, whether it be the data scientists with advanced tooling, or the DBAs or the IT infrastructure teams. But more importantly, because it is a cloud native solution for autonomous data warehouse, it's engineered to handle any use case. Our solutions, based on their scale and pricing, you can start small with a departmental data warehouse and move all the way up to an enterprise class data warehouse. It scales to unprecedented quantities, and the performance will not be impacted in any way. What that delivers to you, the customer, is unmatched price and performance, true cloud elasticity for the best TCO possible from any data warehouse solution in the marketplace. This is a new era of cloud data warehouse where everything is automated and it supports all of your use cases. So with that, I thank you very much for today, and I encourage you to reach out to your Oracle representatives to learn more about the Oracle Autonomous Data Warehouse.